guys, so this is a what to know for cheerleading. So if you're a first time cheerleader or you just like haven't done it all summer, you want to like refresh yourself or whatever, then yeah. So this is this video. This is my friend Sierra. I know her from cheerleading, but we're also really good friends. She lives like not too far from me. So yeah. You're like
No, I'm not. Can you start over?
Anyways, no, you can hear it in the camera.
Okay, we'll delete that part.
No, we don't. Okay, so we're gonna start with what to wear to practice. You can't hear. With what to wear to practice, and then we'll move on from there. So me and Sierra are both wearing good examples of what you could wear. So I guess for the top, you just want to wear something really, really baggy. I'm wearing like a muscle shirt that I made, but this would be perfect for summer because it's like gives you like room and it's like free flowing or whatever. But what Sierra's wearing is better for winter because it's like covers more, but because you don't get that hot, but you get really hot still. I don't really know how to explain it. So yeah, like loose baggy t-shirts. Some people wear tank tops, but I find it's easier because like when you're stunning and stuff, you don't want to have to worry about pulling up your shirt. That just gets really annoying. And then you can either wear shorts like Sierra's wearing. Shorts like that, where they're like really, really loose. Flow them. Yeah, they're like loose, but they're comfortable. Or you can wear. I'm not tall enough. Or you can wear like. Can you see? Can you see? Or you can wear like spandex like this, and these are just, they move and they fit like right to your body or whatever. They're really, really comfortable. They're Under Armour, and they're just black, so they work. Okay, and then also sports bras are something really critical because you don't want to wear like a bra and then you always have to be fixing it during practice, something like that. So like, I have a silver sports bra, and she has the same one in pink. You can get these at any cheer competition. They're like $20. Or you can get any other sports bra from like Target or Walmart or anything like that. They all work, but it's just easier at practice. You don't have to worry about like your bra like moving around and whatever. And then you always want to wear running shoes. These are like special cheerleading shoes, but like if you're first time, then wear running shoes that like you don't want to, if you're topping, you don't want to have these big spikes on the bottom because that hurts the base's hands. So try to find shoes that don't really have like the things on the bottom. And then bows are also really good for practice. A lot of cheerleaders wear them. I'm not wearing right now because my ponytail is like awkwardly low. But yeah, this is a good bow. Alright, so then the next part you should know is for stunting. So there's a bunch of different stunts that you should know just like as a beginner that you would go in knowing about. Like so then when they say like, okay, we're going to start up for like a double base, you kind of want to know what that was. So we'll start off with double base. Sure. Alright, so a double base is a two-legged stunt that you hold like this. And okay. So you like hold it like this, so the top is standing on both their feet. And then there's also something called an extension, and that's when the bases extend their arms, and the top is still standing like they would be in a double base, but they're a little higher. And then a torch is also right down here by like your shoulders, but it's like a one-footed stunt. So you hold it, and both the bases are holding 1 foot. And then we'll show air positions after this in a minute, and you'll see what they'd be doing. And then also there's something called a lid, and it's up here. And so yeah, it's basically the same thing but higher. And then also there's something called a show, and that's when you start down here, the top goes up, and they come right down. Yeah, on 2 feet. So they go up, come down, but it's like really fast. With their feet together, and they usually like do like an air position or something. And then a basket toss is when you hold your hands like that. I don't know, you hold your own wrist and then your partner's wrist, and then you bend down and you like, they stand on your feet and you throw them into the air, and then you catch them. And then when they come down, you catch them in a cradle. So this is also something you should know. It's a cradle position, so you would hold them like this with the tops, I've got some knees, with the tops legs tight and their bodies like hollow. Yeah. Okay, so the other thing, if you're a top, this is probably like really crucial to know. It's your air positions that you do in a partner stunt. So there's like 4 main air positions, and then there's a couple like other ones that are like higher level skills or something like that. So the most basic one is probably a heel stretch, and that is when you hold your leg, I'll actually show in a minute, but you hold your leg up and you're standing on 1 foot. So, well, all of them you stand on 1 foot for. So it's like this, and your hands usually in a high V, toes pointed, legs straight. Ow, that hurts me to hold for a long time, but because I have not done that in like 2 months. So yeah, that was decent. Don't comment below if my flexibility is awful right now, okay? So yeah, that is the first one, and that's probably the most basic. The other thing you can do is a bow and arrow, and that is when you pull, you have your leg up, oh my gosh, I can't do it, but you pull your leg with this hand and you stick your arm through so your leg's like back here. That one's really hard. I cannot do that to save my life. So then the next one is a scorpion, and that's when you're standing sideways, so the audience would be in front of you, you'd be sideways to them. You're pulling your leg over your head, and then like arching your back as much as you can, and like, yeah, your head's turned to the front. So that is that one. There's also a scale, which is common, but not everyone does it. And that's when you grab, it's kind of like a scorpion, but you're opening to the front. So you grab either like somewhere along your calf. I'm like uneven right now, the ground. Hands in a high V, and then you like lean forward and try to extend your leg. That was not very good because we never did those in our routine last year. And then the last one is an arabesque, and that's when you just hold, your arms are in like an L, like this, but facing to the ground, toes pointed, and you're just like leaning forward. Okay, so for the tumbling component of cheerleading, there's obviously higher levels of difficulty where you do like fulling, like that kind of stuff, but I'm just going to explain like the bare minimum that you need to have for a cheerleading team. So there's stuff like round-offs and cartwheels that usually, depending on your level, you would put something after, so like a round of handspring, or like a cartwheel handspring even, or like a round of tuck or something like that. So when Sierra shows you those things, you usually should be doing an element after that. And then there's also stuff like front walkovers that you do, and then do like front walkover, round off handspring, so front walkover go in front of a round off. So like once you get your skill level higher and higher, you eventually start to add a bunch of things together, and that's kind of what becomes a tumbling pass, which is like what you do across the floor at one time. So Sierra's going to show you a cartwheel and a round off right now. Okay, go.
Okay, so this is the cartwheel, and sometimes you might like run before it, or like hurdle, but you don't have to, it's like whatever.
Off?
A round off's pretty much the same, except you land with your feet together instead of like one at a time.
Uh-huh.
And that's more common to get like power for your tumbling passes, like you'd add a handspring or a tuck or something after it.
And now I'm going to show you a front walkover and a back handspring.
You can go now.
Okay. So yeah, what she said. Don't hate, appreciate. Okay. My leg was bent. I was like,
Why is it? Okay, so there's always a jump section in a cheerleading routine, and the 4 basic jumps are toe touch, croaky, and pike, which I'll show you in a minute. But to start a jump, you always like start clean, and then sometimes your coaches will give you different choreography, but like the basic way to start it is you go 1 and your elbows are together, then 2, it's like should be like just above your forehead, 3 you bend down, and 4 you swing, and that's when you would hit your
jump.
Would hit your jump. So I'll show you a toe touch. And then when you land, you clean. And then a pike, you're turned to the side. Your feet are together, and they just come in front of you. And you want to lean forward. For all the other jumps, you want to keep your chest up and try to like look at something above you. That's like what they tell you to do. But for a pike, you want to almost like fold in half, like you would when you're stretching your pike on the floor. Oh, my toes are funny.
Yay!
For a herky or a hurdler, they're pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm. A wolf jump.
You have like one leg kicked in front and one leg would be behind you, and a herky is just behind you like that, and a hurdler is like kind of awkwardly up.
Oh.
And then you clean to the